Every week here at Leaders Edge Coaching, we uncover a strategy or an idea to help real estate agents just like you make more money, get control of your time, or quite simply, find more satisfaction in the business.
Man, I think honestly, one of my biggest challenges is finding the next client, which I've dialed into referral-based business. I'm trying to figure out how to get more referrals from the clients you already have.
Well, listen, here's how this works here. So I want you to think of it this way. Out of every 10 people in your database, you have 3 that will never refer you, not because they don't like you, that's just not who they are, right? And then you have 3 that every time the subject of real estate comes up, they'll drop your name. And then you have about 3 or 4 that are in the middle that can go either way. What your job to do when you follow up is to use a script and to find out really where you should absolutely have a long-term drip mail campaign through a CRM because that does the heavy lifting for you. But you need to have the dialogue that when you call people, you want to identify whether they're in that middle group or that top tier. The top tier group are the people right away. If you ask them the right questions, they're going to be like, Ryan, you're my man. Every time this subject is so those are your goal, right? Those are the people that come to your client, appreciate you. You handle them differently. That can't be a 6 or 7. That has to be an 8 or 9 the way you handle them because you're going to lose business. And I can tell you stories of people that kept in touch with their agent, kept in touch with them, and they've listed their house with somebody else. The relationship, it's not enough to pull up short on these things. So I'll give you an example like of a dialogue. So you call somebody up and you say, hey, I was driving by your house, Mr. Let's say Mr. Smith, and I got to tell you, I was thinking about you. And did you ever put that deck on there? I couldn't see around the back. Great. All right. Well, that sounds awesome. Hey, look, I'm expanding my business. Okay. I'm trying to help 25 families this year. And let me ask you a question. If I were to ask you to refer me, would that be something you would do? And if it's one of the 3 top people or middle group, that they'll raise their hand in that moment. They'll say, "Oh, Ryan, you're the best." Yeah, whatever So you kind of identify the way they handle, they ask, they answer that, and then say, "Hey, great. If you do refer me, I promise that I'll never put any pressure on them. I'll never embarrass you, and I'll always keep you, posted." Fair enough? And they say, "Yeah." Well, who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling real estate? Now, let me give you guys a little bit of a tip right now. You ready for this? Everybody knows somebody who's thinking about buying or selling real estate. Would you believe that, Ryan? Do you believe that statement?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So your job is
to figure out to tap it.
Right. So your job is to kind of dig that out of them a little bit. So when they say, I don't know anybody at the moment, that's like them saying, I'm just looking, when you go into a store, hey, can I help you buy something? So you want to give them a couple categories. What about at church? What about at work? And I have a dialogue, Ryan, I can help you with. We don't have the time to get into it, but I feel that your opportunity is you're willing to make the calls, you're consistent in the calls. I believe you have to have a little more purposeful and intentional dialogue, and you have to ask and set up for the referral. I think that's your opportunity for improvement there.
Now, let's take this great idea and turn it into action steps. Below, you'll see the next steps on how to bring this concept into your business, helping you make more money, get control of your time, and ultimately have more fun in the business. If you have any additional questions, you're always welcome to reach out to any of us at Leaders Edge Coaching, or just simply go to leccoach.com. We look forward to seeing you next week with another great idea.